Wait. Hello.
Hello there, nerds. How are you? Isn't this super?
Yeah,
up?
it is.
Woo!
It's also
Yeah, good. Cool.
so that it's a bit more centered.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm tired. I didn't do anything today. I slept. But yep, I'm
Mood.
still tired.
Thank you so much for joining us for part 8. Last thing we did discover a body which we didn't want to discover.
Nope.
No, and we go
Real
from
sad.
we go exactly from there. We go from the discovery of Sakura's body and gods have mercy on us because we're going to do a pretty sad case
Sad face.
today. Sad face.
Very
Many
sad.
tears.
Very sad face. Alright.
So, are you ready to find? Oh, we left exactly as Hina finds Sakura.
Yes. We just opened the door.
Which fuck?
Huh?
さくらちゃん
Sakura's
さくらちゃん
Sakura's dead?
死んじゃ
She's
ったの
really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body.
So fucking sad, man. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again.
Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction?
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
Oh my god. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again.
私は
I need to examine Sakura's body.
I just stood there, motionless behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed.
Yep.
And after I don't know how long,
I got everyone.
ah! Ogre!
Still, she's dead in front of you, bitch.
Still being
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed. I see.
It's like they are happy. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered. And by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say? No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room. It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it.
You know it?
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
Murder flyer. Little murder flyer.
Oh my god.
That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours.
Wow, rude.
Now then, with that,
Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
It's true.
And then we could have another reason more to shit on him.
I mean, we wouldn't have the game because it's fine as long as it still has.
Okay, cool.
As long as it's still online.
Oh my god.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one!
Oh, wait.
Are we not?
I don't know. Can you confirm?
The Monokuma Tango.
Are we online or not? Yes, we are.
Amazing. That's what I'd like to know.
You owe them one? Whoopsie! Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first! 'Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
He's got it. What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him! I hate this whole thing! Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all.
How can you say that now?
Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it.
Hina?
I'm okay. Just let me handle it.
She's not okay.
Besides, I want to be here. But Sakura. Okay, then Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you. Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order.
An order?
Bitch!
Are you giving... An order? Exactly! Exactly, Makoto!
Fine, I'll stay behind.
She took an order.
Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say. Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. None of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
What?
One of you killed Sakura! I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I'll have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me.
What?
I mean, to be honest, exactly. He's the least useless out of all of them, so you don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway.
And you, Hiro, do you really object?
If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then it's decided. Nothing's decided! I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request.
But
we have to find out who killed Sakura. For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally. Who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Byakuya, you
You
are
touch-
such a... Seriously.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. if we can't uncover Sakura's killer, all of us face execution.
Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of a hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it.
Well, I think we've... Nope. Nope, we're good.
Better check the Monokuma file before anything else. You want to play?
Yep, sure.
The victim of Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. Strong blow to the head. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Oh. That's sad.
So there's vomiting and there is a blow as well.
No.
I think the case this time might be a challenge.
Oh, even Kirigiri is... Why is that?
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So, if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
It's a locked room mystery.
It is, yeah.
In other words,
Kitty, here you go.
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder.
Locked room murder? I guess you might say this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
No.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
Sure, if you don't mind.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of There are a number of variations.
So, for all that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
Oh?
Basically, the killer uses a special... oh my god, I cannot read. Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door. Something like that. But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
What do you mean by that?
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
Not a locked room?
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within this room. Within the room, sorry. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible.
Then you think we can cross that one off too?
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say.
I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay.
Alright,
Let's start.
there's something on the floor. Shush. Neighbors
This
being
looks
noisy.
like some kind of wrapper.
That's
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura?
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like him. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on him.
You really like them that much?
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor.
Hina. Candy wrapper. Okay.
There's something there.
Yeah. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chairs Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and...
It looks like a bottle.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So, this must have originally been a bottle.
Nice.
Okay, we got a bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure.
Oh,
Okay.
2 bullets in 1 hit.
Okay, let's examine her. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Okay. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
Not a chance.
Byakuya,
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
interesting?
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder.
Oh, sorry.
The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay,
Okay.
there's a pool of blood right on the magazines. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? That doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died?
Can we...
That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay.
Let's look at
check.
that.
Yeah, the bottles.
Oh,
the
and
red,
there's
red
a...
There's a 4 red bottles. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Oh, there are 2 missing.
That's what it looks like.
And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
Huh?
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I have.
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle, if you will.
I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on a shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground.
Look at that. He's got some faults in his brain.
Which is the horse. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right?
This is like major galaxy brain from Makoto. He's actually solving stuff before we get to the trials.
Starting to get better, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
Okay,
We
let's
should
have a look at that.
Oh!
Open.
Huh? The locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
What's a handprint doing here?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And, during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Huh? Why not?
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? That's a very good
Nice.
question.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
gotta talk with them.
Okay, sure, if you want to talk to Kyoko. But for Sakura to have been killed,
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
and she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay?
There was...
There's some stuff on the floor. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon. The Monokuma file said she had died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry and that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened.
Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
Oh,
that
okay.
that was used to open the door.
Yeah, but there's
There's something else?
yeah, there's a bottle. What do you want? You're bothering me.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Make it quick.
Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room?
So you found out. Interesting.
Then it's true?
I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster?
So you didn't go see her?
Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all.
Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight.
Okay, thanks.
I enjoyed the okay, thanks. There's a yeah.
There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. It's that thing that protein enzyme X. Yeah.
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves her. She loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein is good for all sorts of ailments.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, this protein can.
Oops,
Protein
sorry.
can, yeah. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
But that's strange.
Huh? What is?
No.
You see what's scattered around the can?
Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it.
Why does that matter?
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
An important clue? I'm not sure I see how.
Nice.
Ugh.
Can we look at the glass or?
I think it's all part of
no,
the
what
same thing.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Is it this one?
Okay, I guess
What's
we need
this?
to look at the... Oh, that was a chair that was...
Oh.
Yeah. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
Okay. Should we go and speak to the other guys? No. Not yet.
No, we still need to... Okay, what didn't we see yet?
I don't know. I thought we had seen everything. Saw that. Okay, we've clicked
Okay,
on all of
we
those.
saw this. Maybe we should speak to... Oh, okay. Oh, the clock.
Oh,
It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. What was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego?
can we leave? Nope.
No, we need
Okay.
to talk to someone again.
Let's talk to. Okay, this is the same. Kyoko?
No.
Nope.
Maybe we should examine her again.
Yeah. Let's have a look at her.
Or Byakuya again. Sakura no. Okay,
I don't
Byakuya
get it.
again. Byakuya again.
何度も言わせるな。
I'm gonna repeat myself. Yes, I did receive a note.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I'm confusion.
It's okay.
Do we need to
Examine,
examine
the thing
that again?
Or and go examine the door. No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Go examine the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
This
of
door
course.
is the only way in or out the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open is simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation?
Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave. Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place.
She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushes since we had our issue. But she's right.
Deal with it.
I have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. And also,
Okay.
you need to go to the chem lab where that
Yep.
thing came from. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh, okay.
I guess we're going there directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then let's go to their rooms. Toko and Hiro.
I don't know where they are.
I think Hiro is...
I think Hiro is right there.
Toko is here.
Yeah.
press the doorbell. After a few seconds, here we go again.
Yep.
何誰
Who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Jesus.
Jesus.
何
Well,
何なの
what do you want?
深川さん
So,
戻ってた
you're back to normal.
ジェノサイダーじゃなくて
Genocider Jack isn't around anymore.
あいつの話
Don't
しない
even
でよ
say her name.
気分が悪く
It
なるじゃ
makes
ん
me sick to my stomach. Was in such a good mood too.
You were?
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
あのさ
Hey, I
ちょっ
was
と話があるんだけど
hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time? Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
何の用
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Huh?
それは
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I?
You did?
I guess now it's totally obvious. Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Accept it. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Kyoko quickly retreated
Toko.
into her room. Kyoko. Toko. Shit. I have noodles for a brain.
Hey, at least it's not smooth.
Noodles are pretty smooth. Well, some of them, others are not. Hiro is that
that's-
way?
Sakura.
I know. Sakura and Hina had their rooms right next
Yeah.
to each other. Yeah, that's Hiro. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
誰
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about
Oh, sorry.
Sakura something.
Wanted to meet with you.
Sakura, yeah. How do you know about that?
もしかすると
Ah, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with.
Huh. Interesting.
Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too.
So you went?
What? When did Sakura tell you that? When she asked me to meet with her, of course.
Hiro, come on.
But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person.
What? What sense does that make?
And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So, then you went and met with Sakura? No way! I totally didn't! Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
実際
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then! He's contradicting himself already. Huh. While I'm out here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
まあまあ
Ah, sorry! Looks like I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
How convenient.
Yeah.
With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his handbag out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket.
One guess as
Will
to what
that
it
be?
is.
Will that be a candy wrapper? Huh? Huh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again. And shoved it back into his pocket.
まあまあ
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
なんだべ
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Nice pocket trash. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? Okay, we need to go to the chem lab.
Cam lab.
Definitely. Yeah. And after that, go back to the... That's on the
fourth floor?
Yeah, on the fourth floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Chem lab. There it is. Oh, look who's here!
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way.
I'm sorry, you're in my way. Yeah, I got it.
I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand.
You bitch!
Makoto, you better not say that. Makoto?
Makoto, please.
Good. Oh, hello. I wasn't looking at that, but okay.
This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is.
That's not what I was... Yep.
I probably should take a closer look at it. Oh yeah, it looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Yeah, because he doesn't know what that is. Oh, look! It's poison! There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4.
Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this.
Then this powder must have been spilled.
つまり
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident.
If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow.
Nice.
C4. Yeah.
Interesting.
These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf, which is the A shelf.
How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor. We might. Oh my god. We may need to sketch out the floor plan.
By we, do you mean me?
Good boy, Makoto. You're learning. How kind of you to offer.
With an insufferable smirk. He handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
Well, let's go. Chop chop.
Okay.
Jesus.
And Makoto just does it!
What do you want him to do?
He's such a little puppy. To punch him in the face like he deserves it.
That will interfere with the investigation.
Well,
though.
it's true, yeah, they're on a game.
Yeah.
So, I got to work, and before long, I drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this?
Not bad. For you, I mean.
For me?
なるほど
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's exactly what that's what the footprints tell me.
なるほどな
These footprints must be...
あり得る
Makoto, are they yours?
No!
なんだ
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said.
I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints.
Unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I said.
But with how clear these footprints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to.
So someone with feet
Small
smaller
feet,
than
yeah.
small feet, yeah. Then these prints are a really valuable clue.
Well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you're still not adding it to. I think this is
Yeah.
Let's analyze the powder itself.
There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle is labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints. I think we need to analyze the bottle itself.
We did.
We did?
Mhm.
Sure, okay. Okay, I write that. Okay.
He's
Based on
putting
the
everything
positioning
together.
of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. Oh, that's all I can tell for now.
You're being really quiet.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Footprints in the powder. Okay.
Alright, let's have a look at that.
Yeah. On this shelf is one look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C.
Yeah, no shit.
Go see what was that? What was on the bottle of the protein? Let's see.
Yep.
What's on this shelf? These are all kinds
Oh.
of dietary supplements and different medicines. What's a Chem C?
C9,
Yeah.
Chem C9 there as well for
Yeah.
some reason.
The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait!
There's more.
There's yes, say that. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident?
Accident.
Accident.
Let me have a look at that.
That's a C4.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to see the number.
Let's see on
Okay.
the B1.
Okay.
Go check the B1. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are.
They're reagents. Reagents? I don't know how to
Reagents,
say
I
this in English. Put simply, they're used to experiment. Oh my god. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived your life in such... How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well.
I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try and find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal
Yeah.
chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at around the rec room. Go check the truth bullet of the yeah. Okay, it's an A2. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go to the rec room. this is the reason why I hate the rec room. This case is the
Yeah.
reason why I came to hate the rec
Okay.
room. It's on the third floor, yeah.
There, maybe there. Rec room. So Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's lying. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time.
Hit
Alright.
me, baby, one more time! According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out.
Well, I know, but she's going.
She's like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it.
Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, sorry.
Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
That's totally normal.
Then how can you...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
What?
Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here.
Oh. Her shoes?
You see that yellow powder on her instep?
Yeah, it really stands out.
That powder is clue number 1.
So they were
Interesting.
her shoes?
Mm-hmm. Next is a wound to her head.
Which means she had really small feet. It's kind of funny.
Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head.
2 blows.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail.
Huh. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off.
Excuse me, I'm burping. Oh, not what I meant. No!
No.
I know, I didn't mean to. Do we need to look at this again?
Okay. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is
No,
all red.
we've
It is
done this.
okay, bottle, the glass, it's the Monokuma figure. Okay.
The bottles.
I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Huh.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it.
A correlation. I wonder what could that be? Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
I don't mind guiding you. I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome.
She's very right. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer?
I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
Only to a degree.
You need to earn her trust again, man.
Yeah,
Mate. You done
Mate.
fucked up. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me.
Yep.
I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right?
An experiment?
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle Try to get the smaller pieces too.
Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
It's
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
duh.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather all the glass. Gather up all the glass.
With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. You're going to find up 2 bottles, won't we? She got 2 blows to the head.
I mean, we're missing 2 bottles, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and she got 2 blows to
Yeah.
the head. And just as I finished up,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Duh.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work.
so what kind of experiment are we doing?
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights.
Compare the weights of what?
The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
Why do you want to do that?
Oh my god. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense once we're done. When we're done. First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Oh, I like that.
It's balanced,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same.
which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
Duh.
Now, here comes the important part. Put all of the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see?
Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
Duh.
Okay, then let's give it a try.
Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible? I wonder.
Just as I thought.
What?
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together.
No.
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. What's the other thing that she said? Was it the locker?
Maybe the blood. Maybe the blood on the floor. But we should examine everything just to be sure.
I think you might
And
get
talk to
this.
Hina as well. Maybe if the locker's open on the inside, a handprint. Yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
not.
it's the same.
No.
Oh my god, yes, I know.
We've done this.
Okay.
So
Was it the blood? No.
yeah, okay. So maybe the maybe the protein bottle.
Let's have a look at it anyway.
There's some kind of plastic
Nope.
container. No.
Nope.
Then let's
She said something. We can just talk to her again.
maybe yeah.
Put it all together and I'll leave it. No? Okay.
No.
Okay, she's not going to say anything else. Oh, we know!
The bottles have something in common, yeah. There's apparently an important secret hidden there, yeah. Okay, shall we talk to Hina?
That's the same.
Yeah. Shall we go for the piece of candy wrapper? Because we talked to Hina
Oh, yeah.
and that one is
No?
Okay, let's examine Sakura again, I guess.
Wait. We can just, not this. Is it this? No. Here. We can just see what she said. Oh, oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, the shelf of magazines. Okay. I think it was the only other thing that we hadn't looked at, but okay.
Yeah, it's true. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down.
Kakuto ladies?
Did someone put it back that way by accident?
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Then it would appear you found it.
Kyoko, is this...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it.
A dying message?
But she literally just told us that Sakura's hands are spotless. There's no blood.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. No, that's actually just what's it called? Circumstantial evidence.
Hina is super. This is super personal for Hina. So she just wants to find the killer, the killer in her mind, which is super dangerous because she's putting everyone else in danger. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dong,
That's
bang, bong.
Oops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring, I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay then, let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Yep. We're going off to the
Yay.
red door.
So exciting.
Again.
Let's find out the truth.
Look how
Oh
many
my
people
God.
are here. This is so
There's
depressing.
only 6 of them.
This is so depressing
I
because
know.
as the game progresses, it's less and less of them. Whew. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then...
The ultimate martial artist!
Smiley face!
A locked room murder mystery.
Winky face! What the...
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body.
This is just plain creepy. Oh, okay.
I am checking...
Oh, checking if it's running?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends?
Cry face. He's right. That does make it seem sad.
Now then, please go down the elevator. I'll see you all down there.
I love this.
What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so so casual after murdering someone?
She's overboard. I don't think I'm acting casual.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt. One of us is the culprit.
The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us?
Okay, let's go.
Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. Steel prison. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent.
So empty.
6 of them. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds.
7 if you count genocide, Jack. As a separate
Well,
person.
true. It felt lower and lower. And as suddenly as always,
Bling.
the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Egyptian setting.
Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few! You must be so lonely.
You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, deadly class trial! Hell
Jesus.
yeah.
Hell yeah, I want to save.
This is so dramatic, I love it.
Alright, let's set those skills. Cool and composed.
Cool and composed.
Steadies your aim a little. Okay, that's good.
Okay, yeah.
Can we...
That is good.
Vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity. Oh, that'd be really good.
Okay.
I think that's all that we have.
Really?
We don't have any
okay, cool, because
Yeah.
we're all out of
Yeah, so
SP.
We don't need to check handbook, do we? No. Trial. All rise.
All rise! Okay.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin? We already know who did it. Whoa! Deja vu!
Deja vu.
Deja vu da.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people who hated her. Byakuya, Toku, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Make your argument!
Hey!
What
How
was
does it count?
What was
I
her
do
count?
not know.
I think... Okay, let's go check. I think it had
The notes.
Yeah. Sakura had written notes asking them to meet her in the rec room. She had
Just
leave
these notes
the notes
underneath
in
each
okay.
person's room door. So I think Hiro's going to dig himself a hole.
Yep, he will.
One of you killed Sakura. What reason do you have for saying so? Because you've all had a motive. You hated her. What? Idiotic. Idiot. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, the stupid thing was in the way. Let's slow this about as slow as you can get.
Yep.
Okay,
That
sure.
was that.
Yeah.
Just need to get.
I have to get the two things.
Yep.
Stupid! Me. Oh, that's what. Yep. I just skipped that.
Congratulations.
Stick around for Rita screwing up more. Okay,
Okay.
that's reason enough. No. Oh wait, I don't. Right, because there's only you can only hold it for us.
So
For-
you should basically shoot them first.
Yeah.
Really fast, and then
No, I need to. Yeah, and then
just pause the time.
yeah.
Pause.
Oh my god, I hit the wrong freaking button! Just hit that. Yeah, get rid of that stupid thing. Yes, I know. Oh my god.
It's okay, honey. If you want me to do it, even though I don't
No,
know.
I don't want to do it. Thank you, though. Oh, no.
There you go.
Finally! Jesus, that took
go.
3 years.
It's okay. It's done. Bureki. Another reason he suspected them. It's because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
Oh my god, again. Okay.
Oh yeah. Honey, the trials get harder as they go. Pocket trash!
Pocket trash.
Pocket trash!
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them. There's no way that's not suspicious.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. Maybe is absolutely guilty of something. I don't deny she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her. Okay. I didn't either.
And
go.
Oh! Get dunked! Why are you lying, Hiro?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots. What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I sure got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right? Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then. But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is... Yeah,
I was reading the other ones.
same. I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So, if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy. Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
逆切れ
Wait, the sudden hostility. But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
怪しいわね
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
True.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
逆切れ
More hostility. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Oh my god, Hiro just did like a complete 180.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know. I didn't even speak to Sakura.
didn't
Suddenly
do
he
it.
knows who did it.
そういうこと言わなかった
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. What would a shining message even be? Shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? And how would you know about that? It was her dying message, just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? Toko did it. What are you saying? No way, I didn't do it. You just don't know when you're bit, do ya?
科学力
Hiro, hold on.
あなたがそれ
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body, duh. Oh god.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
つまり
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
ないはずよね
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was...
On the shelf.
Kureda! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
そうよ
That's right.
私が
Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it.
そう現場で
I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, it clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. No, my voice doesn't go any higher.
Magazine dying message.
You're a jerk, you're a jerk, you're a jerk.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No.
私が
No.
ダイイングメッセージを
I
見
can tell you when I found the dying
捜
message.
査が始
It's
まっ
only
た
after
後
the investigation had begun.
雑誌棚の中
I found the magazine tucked away on a magazine shelf.
そこでダイイング
When
メ
I
ッセー
pulled
ジ
it out, I saw her final words. What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
You'll have to.
Yep. Okay. When you first found the body at that time, where was the magazine? Okay, so... Okay. So we need to shoot that, I'm sure.
捜査が始まった後だ
That?
I don't... I think this...
Magazine shelf, yeah.
I think this.
そこで
But we'll see. If it's not
Okay,
this,
we'll
it's
see,
the other
yeah.
one.
There!
I know. I need to hit
There!
those.
Ha! Wonderful.
Break.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it after we began the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Ah! Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message? Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
What the... I don't even know where to begin with that one. Yeah, same, Hina.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah?
I think we all can agree Ogre wrote that message. 100% without a doubt she wrote it! And this is me talking so you know it's true! Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message.
Because of her fingertips.
The moment of truth. Oh, we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
証拠あんのかって俺の占いは3割当たるオカルトは信じねえんだ役立つぞべ
No, it's not this one. It's this one.
俺の占いは3割当たるオカルトは信じねえんだ世紀末だべ証拠あんのかって俺の占いは3割当たるオカルトは信じねえんだ役立つぞべ
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, sure.
証拠あんのかこれで証明する
Oh! I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Cue Hiro freaking out.
Say what?!
Then who did write it? Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits it. I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that? Because I killed her! You're admitting to killing her?
Doubt.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like I said.
You just did exactly as the note asked. What a fool.
When I got there... Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure. Thanks. And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So, of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
On the table?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead, roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it. No, I think there's more to Hiro's story. What are you talking about? What else could there be? There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So, what is it that Hiros did that doesn't make sense? It was two things. What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. That's true. Everything you just said, it doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? Huh? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere else? We might not find it. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table. Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now after already confessing to the crime. Then he's not lying? Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room, both before and after the incident. I don't think there's any question about that. Then, who was it? If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written, there's only one choice.
Please.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have? Wait, but more importantly, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right, I killed her.
No.
No, you didn't.
Huh? Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle, but that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean? What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked... What? Oh my god. Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay. We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that.
Okay, let me...
What was Kyoko's examination?
Yep,
Yeah, I don't remember what exactly.
Status... Okay,
No, that was not...
this doesn't say anything. No, I was reading because it's one of the other truth bullets.
So
Two
I
blows to
suffered
the head.
2 blows, yeah.
Okay, that's it.
And no blood, yeah. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. I grabbed the monochrome bottle from the shelf nearby. I hit Hoger from behind before she could do anything. Yeah,
Oh my god, I did it again because I'm done.
I did it again. I pressed the wrong one.
Hiro really is the killer. No.
オーガの背後から不意の一撃を食らわし
不意の一撃あなたが殴打したのは1回なのね
殴ったのは1回だ
So let's go!
That is wrong.
Wrong! If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Bum bum bum.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head. And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that it was just some? How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles.
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Excuse me. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be. It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding.
Chess pieces.
Can you do that? I just got invited to a raid on Pokemon Go.
Okay, it's fine.
It's one of the lake creatures. Chess piece.
Where do you have?
It's that
where
one.
do you?
This one.
Oh, it's this one.
Yep.
Oh.
Because you have to hit it several times.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So the red ones you only need to hit once. If it's yellow, you need to hit it a couple of
Okay.
times.
Got it.
Done.
There.
What? What was that?
That's it. The chess pieces. The chess pieces.
Yeah. Englishing is hard.
Yeah. Inside each bottle there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I
Knight.
remember.
So? Oh, sorry. It's not me.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight. So the queen is missing!
So, we only have evidence for 5 bomb bottles at the scene. While one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
So dumb.
Yeah. No, wait, no, that's not what I meant.
So dumb.
So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
Now, it's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is that clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Then you'll understand. Also, I
Wait.
just caught Azov.
Then the bottle that was just missing
broken. It was excited.
It was the bottle was.
I'm excited. Asshole.
Oh, that's so
Is
cute.
that- I don't know how to say it.
The bottle must have been broken.
what makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it. That's right. We found evidence that shows that that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
Yeah.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is. Kyoko and I figured it out before.
Yes, we did.
Bitch,
It's
bitch,
the
bitch,
thing,
bitch,
the
bitch,
weight
bitch,
of
bitch,
the
bitch,
things.
bitch. So da. Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Yeah, bitch. So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the right amount, the exact right number of pieces to remove. But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. There can be no doubt that the second missing monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by...
What did he say? Why
Second,
not?
second, yeah. The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered the second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? She's grabbing her head.
Yeah, I know.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait. I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence. I had nothing to do with it.
No way! You killed her, I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit it when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine, let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early, to stick it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko get into the rec room. You did? Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
What?
I assumed Toko was still in there. The locker.
Interesting.
Yeah. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. When I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
I don't know what you're talking about. I never went into the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find.
Oh yeah.
A new element's been added.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
sure.
so where do you
Yes.
shoot?
I'll shoot. I'll do.
Okay.
Thanks. Because I haven't played this game, so I actually want to
Yeah.
do the gaming part of the game.
I played this a long time ago. I don't remember
So
the
far,
controller.
you've probably been pressing the Y button during a final strike without a second thought. Yep. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Have to chew the proper truth bullet. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be a battle.
Same way. Yep. Halfway through the game
Oh,
now.
we're halfway.
Jesus.
We're not going to finish this because
We'll see.
before I start working here.
Good luck and have fun.
Thank you, narrator. The moment of truth against Toko.
言いがかりよ見てみないから迷惑なのよ身が味が違ういい加減にしてよ見てみないからやる言いがかりよ
Okay, final strike.
いい加減にしてよ
Oh God. Okay, wait.
Blocker.
これで証明する
Ha! Good going. She didn't like that one bit.
Too bad. Tough titties.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
手形を残しちゃったってことはさ
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Eesh.
No, it doesn't!
No? Do you want to maybe?
だったら
Yeah.
この後
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right? Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
はい私の手形です
I was like, okay.
He left it, and she's like, okay, it's my handprint.
Oh my God.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
You cannot talk because you literally just straight up admitted it as
Same.
well
Yeah.
a couple minutes ago. Then you killed Sakura.
No. I swear, there's no way.
正直
Out with it.
私がしました
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Oh, my nostril is itchy.
だけど
Wait,
多分
what do you mean probably?
深瀬
Give us the details. The details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
あれ
Talk. Now.
私は大場面に
After I read Sakura's note,
先回り
I
して
decided to go there
お伺いする
early.
ことにしたの
So I went into the rec room.
行かないと何されるか
I don't know what she might do if I didn't go,
正面から行くのも怖い
but I was too scared to face her head on.
先に忍び込んで
So I figured I'd just sneak in first
ロッカーの中に隠れて
hide in the locker.
じゃあひょっとして見てた
Then, did you see what happened?
方が同
Did
じ
you see me hit her?
その後
Yes.
あんたが
And I
私
saw
の
you
名前
write
の
my
ダイイング
name.
メッセージを
I
ネッ
saw you
トした時
forge her dying message.
Oof.
そりゃなんだ
Well, that's awkward.
Indeed.
だから
So after he
あなた
left,
がいなくなった後
I jumped out of the locker
ロッカーから出てその雑誌を
put the magazine back on the shelf.
その時
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
仕方ないじゃない急いでたんだ
I
から
didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
そんなことより
Forget all that.
さくらちゃん
Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me, like a monster growling.
みたいなのが聞こえ
I bet.
それで振り返ったら
When I turned around,
Oh! That was Sakura covered in blood and staring right at me.
Jesus.
その血を
when I saw that
私は
blood, I
あの前で
fainted
しちゃって
right there in front of the magazines.
Oh.
I don't remember what happened after that.
覚えてな
If
いの
you want to know more, you have to ask
あいつに
her.
聞いて
Her? You mean
Achoo! Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
Oh my God.
my fault, Master's fault? When combined, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what is going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully, when someone shook me awake.
Was it the prince paying me a visit? I wondered.
So I opened my eyes to see...
The same image. Shit.
splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled I smacked her with the very first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over,
Offense.
no, right?
Ah,
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know. Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on, that's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre, so that's good.
Fair enough.
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this. No, not quite yet. Huh? Not yet? Why not yet? Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's. But that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it?
No.
The one who killed Sakura is.
Examination summary, status,
And the yellow
Yellow
powder.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
It was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf. Taken by surprise when you saw Havoc covered in blood. Yes, that is correct. Just smashed her head in. You got it. I smashed her good. And where did the attack take place? Right where I woke up.
In front of the shelf. Okay.
Okay,
I
wait.
killed her in
No,
front of
that's
the
not what I
shelf.
want to say to do. But also, seated in the
Status
chair.
is
That's what
going to
we're
be the
doing.
same,
Yeah.
No, Sakura didn't die there at all. There you go. That's it. Go.
Do I need to?
Yeah,
No,
no.
I can do.
Ha! Reiki! Yeah. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So you finally noticed. That's just another lie from a That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw this the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf?
Ta-da!
Yeah, good at that. Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that. Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? Yeah,
With
because
what
Toko,
strength?
yeah,
What muscles?
yeah. All to make it look like I didn't hit it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end? Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
No.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker room into the group. Yeah, no, I don't think that's possible. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because
I was in the locker.
even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously, Toko couldn't have been hiding in there. Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
Calm your tits.
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
You're lying! No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, then that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And? Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her. That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's poison, poison, poison. It's poison, 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 poison. It's chemical. Yellow, yellow powder. It's yellow and yellow. It's yellow powder. Who was it that killed Ogre?
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack.
It wasn't. That's right.
Then what was it?
Yeah.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura?
No.
Can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. Oops!
Oh, he wasn't.
It's not this one.
Okay, not this one. Okay.
Oopsies.
Then let's go. Let's go.
Wait, let's have a look at the things.
We should keep reading because we didn't reach the end of the.
There was only one more.
Really?
Yeah. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered
didn't
from
see it.
violent vomiting with blood. What was the other ones?
We should
Yellow
read
powder.
different.
Okay. Yellow powder and Ali's account. I'm just redo it. Ali's account. Nothing. Nope, it's not this. And that's just that. Okay, so it is. Has to be this. Because it says she has. Yeah. See, that was the only one. Because it says that she also got she also vomited blood.
Alright. Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
別の死因なんてありえないよ。さくらちゃんの死因は頭部の傷以外には考えられないの。
Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
That's true. Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth? If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You haven't checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies.
My god, shut up. No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Vomiting is not spitting blood. You dumbass. Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned. Boom.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees.
She was poisoned? It is impossible! Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her. You can explain it? Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab, up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
Yeah, but you decided to go and take a nap, so shut up. You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections: A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question,
She's
isn't it?
excited by
I know.
this. The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us? I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive.
Yeah!
That! Poison was actually in section A, wasn't it? Huh? But you just said that section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why. What do you mean? I mean, this.
Oh, I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and... Huh? Master? We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do was stand there and watch. As if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Byakuya is a bitch, but but sometimes he puts his mouth where, he puts his actions where his mouth is sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
You have to drink some water!
You can't just swallow powder, it'll stick to your throat!
Cinnamon,
The
cinnamon
challenge.
God.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein. Protein. Protein.
Can I see that bottle for a second? Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
This is... It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder. The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely the poison must have been in... Could it be?
Yes, bitch. Hangman's Gambit. Hangman's Hangman. Protein.
Protein.
Drink.
Oh, jeez, I wonder what's
Yeah, I know,
this?
right?
This one is so hard. Protein.
Give me a T. Give me a T.
A T.
Give me an E. Give me an E. Give me an N. Give me an N. What are we doing?
Oh, woo.
Give me a D.
Give me a D.
Hey.
D.
Give me an I.
N.
No, bitch.
There we go.
A protein drink.
Protein.
Protein.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene?
A protein drink.
Protein. You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison. What? That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the cam lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them? It has to be. It must be what we found in front of the shelf.
Give me those footprints. Where are they? Oh, they're literally the last one.
The footprints left in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
This is where things go to shit.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It's not needed.
It was me. The footprints, they're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yup. I did it! I killed Sakura! Just as I suspected. This trial, man. This case. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are...
That makes sense.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya, that explains why you...
These footprints must be, are they yours? No, okay, let me see your shoes, confirm. If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just... Hina!
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... The two of them were so close!
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina? Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her there in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden. Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison mixture. And then she downed it all at once. And then... Hold it. I'm not convinced. You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
Shut the fuck up, Byakuya.
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
I wonder about that.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself. You say that, but I'm still not convinced. How many times do you plan to repeat yourself? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create the locked room? Well... that doesn't matter! Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything? No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me. Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her? And if I do? Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it? It just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would anyone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes you look like you wanted people to suspect you. I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint. You didn't notice? Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do? Listen, Hina, could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein. How come? That doesn't matter!
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
にしろ
Waste your time if you
朝日
like.
奈が犯人なのは
It's
明
clear
らかだ
that Hina is the culprit.
他に
Hina
怪
wants
し
to
い
die.
人間もいない
There's
朝日奈
nobody
以
else
外
to
の真
suspect.
犯人など
Nobody else could have possibly done it.
朝日奈さん
Go ahead, Hina.
始めていいわね
Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
後のこと
Well,
私
right
は
away I
最
went to
初に
section
C
C
の
and got the poison.
ここから毒薬を取り出したんだよ棚の前に
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf? Yeah.
そうだよ
When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
分かった
I see. Okay then, go on.
次に
So then I moved to section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
その薬の
Once I was done with that,
私は毒
I took the
薬を入れた
protein
プロテインの
can that
容器
had the
に入れ
poison in it and
隠
left
して
the
は出ていった
room.
んだけどその時
But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. What? That makes no sense. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told?
今の君は
First, you went to section C to get the poison, then moved to section A to get the protein,
A
right?
の棚にプロテインを取りにつまり
Meaning,
朝
you
日
went
奈さん
from
は
section C to
C の
section
棚から
A.
A の棚に移動
Do I
した
have
って
that
ことになるよね
correct?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
朝日奈さん
Can you?
今の
Oh,
話を
sorry. That's you.
もう一度聞かせても
Can
らえ
you
る
repeat that series of events one more time?
さんだまこち
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
何
Makuchi.
度聞いても同じだ
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
I'll never be satisfied. How long? Until we figured it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
Righteous Makoto.
Yes! Let's go. Footprints can
Actual
left source of the powder. Let's see.
Footprints? Probably.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
私は最初に C の棚に
First I
No,
went
you
to section
didn't.
C.
そこから毒
And
薬
that's
を
where I
取り出
grabbed
した
the
んだよ
poison. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
その時棚の
And
前
you
に
spilled some of the
粉末を
powder on the
落とし
ground
ま
in
した
front of the shelf.
棚から毒薬を取り
Yeah,
出
when
し
I
た
grabbed the
時
bottle,
に
I
落とし
dropped
ちゃった
it.
それでその後
Okay, and then
C の棚
I
から
moved from
A の棚
section
に移動した
C to section A.
You surely fucking did.
Surely. Break.
Break.
朝日奈さんは
You
最初に
said you want to get the
C の
poison
棚
from
に毒薬を取りに
from section C, and that's
そ
where
こ
you
で
spilled the
粉末を
powder,
ま
right?
き出したんだよね
Yeah.
どうしたの
What about it?
その後
And after that,
君は
you said you moved from
プロテイン
section
を
C to
取り出すた
section
めに
A to get the
の棚まで
the
移動し
protein.
たって言ってたでも
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A.
Yep.
That contradicts what you just said. What you just said. Oh, yeah. Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements. No, that can't be. Remember what Hina just said?
さっき言ってたでしょ
I was just nervous if I didn't notice I'd left a footprint. Ah! What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this? Well, you lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A. Well, you see? What the hell? What's going on
Oh,
here?
you're losing control, are
Someone
you?
doesn't know what's
You
happening.
don't
Oh
know
my
what's
god.
happening, Togami. You don't know what's happening, bitch. You don't know what's happening, baby. Well, tough luck, bitch. You're not in control all the time, you know.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. What? Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Ooh.
New evidence? Impossible. There can't be.
I like to watch you losing control.
Chills. Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me. I did? It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight. Just say it already. What is it you think you found? I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you, so thank you for that. But what is it? Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Part of me wanted him to have swallowed that
Oh,
piece
wow.
of glass, but at the same time, you know, they needed that too. Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass. Glass? Glass.
Light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison? Huh. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue. It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us?
Section A?
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That's what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Then everything Hina told us was a lie?
Yeah. In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was open. In other words, after Sakura died. Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. For your brain? Moving too fast for, for the Togami brain? I thought the Togami brain was like top notch, you know? Nothing was faster than it.
It's so satisfying when he loses control. I know it's so good.
The other people know more than you.
Please proceed.
I'll grant you. The bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned? You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question? Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability. Well, no. Not that I remember.
Yeah, me either. Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either. Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to this murder scene after the room was opened.
Yep.
Oh, come on. How can you say that?
We have proof.
How can you know what I don't know? His issue isn't like, how do you know this? It's how do you know stuff that I don't?
Oh,
I love
is
it.
someone superior to you right now, Byakuya? Oh boy.
Yes, bitch, crawl. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. Yes, there is. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Yes.
It's the glass on the bottom of the protein can.
Let's have a look. Yes. Let's have a look at the thing.
I don't think it's any of those.
Let me have a look.
Empty protein. Oh, it's that one then.
The shards
Okay.
of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both
Yeah.
around and underneath the
Underneath,
container.
yeah, it's
so
the
it's
empty
this.
protein drink, yeah.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not there. Agreed? So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open? That's exactly it. No, that's impossible. It had to have been there the whole time.
It's the next one.
Nope.
No,
Oh my god!
No. Yes!
Boom, bitch.
Go, Byakuya!
Okay, calm down. Calm down. I'm very excited.
I am.
Yeah, chill.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down in the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room. I love this.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it, if that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked about it to. So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab. If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why.
Nope.
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there? You're saying she drank it, knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is exactly what happened. Then tell us already. Sorry. Please tell us.
Oh, he's saying please.
this.
He's saying please.
I know.
He's pleading.
And he apologized. Oh my god.
He
said, tell us what happened. Sorry. Please tell us.
this line right here. This is
Character development.
no. I want to put this, in a.
You want to frame it?
I want to frame it.
Frame it, hang it on the
I
wall.
want to frame it and hang it on his forehead with a nail.
Okay, that's death. Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room? It had to have been, well, Sakura. I think it was Sakura herself.
Aw. So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
What are you talking about? There's no way! On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons. You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need.
Yeah.
Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it.
Oh.
Let's go.
そんなの嘘だよ。何言ってんの？違うもん。犯人は私だよ。やめて言わないで。そんなの嘘だよ。違うもん。苗木のバカ。
Naegi no baka.
そんなの嘘だよ。何言ってんの？違うもん。犯人は私だよ。
Hello?
やめて言わないで。そんなの嘘だよ。さくらちゃんが。
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison? Yep. We do. Sorry, Hina.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
この黄色い
It did.
粉末だよ。
The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem
化学
lab.
室の棚の前にまき散らされていて黄色い粉末だった
That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
つまり
So, the powder we found on Sakura.
してたのは
What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
と考えられるんだ。
でもどうして
Wait. So,
粉末なんかが
so, what was that powder doing on Ogre's food?
しかも足の
And it was only on her instep, right?
あの粉末がまき散らされて
Sakura must have been standing right there, where the powder was spilled. So, the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
大神さんがあの瓶を落と
And
した
when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing,
だからそこ
which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep.
そう考えられる
Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a vision? What is that? But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained. No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. The one that killed Sakura? Oh, this is going to hurt.
No.
The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room? There's only one way to explain it.
Was she?
And this is why you learn, why you can select the portraits.
No.
No.
Hi.
これが僕の答えだ
It was a suicide.
大神さんを殺したのは
The one who killed
大
Sakura
神さん自身だったん
was
だよ
Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide? I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly. I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
でもそう考え
But
ると
when we really think about it, everything matches up.
大神さん自身
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room and she drank it.
自らの命
Also, she could end her own life.
そして
And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. Because, of course,
あの密室
the
は
locked room mystery
部屋の
was
中に
created by
大神さん
Sakura.
自身によって作られたも
It
の
wasn't even supposed to be a mystery. It was supposed to be like, oh, she locked herself in the room and
There
killed
was no
herself.
other way than
Yeah.
anyone could have.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And then the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed... Togami's like...
Oh, yeah.
At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
朝比奈さんが毒薬の瓶の位置を
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
死体を発見して
I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. Yeah. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. Now shake your legs, Hina left the rec room. You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, Jesus, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together, and once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone. She's dead. Oh, Sakura's been killed, I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yeah.
The Hina I know would never have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet... So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura? No. No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
With a comic!
Exactly.
With a comic book!
Closing argument! Yep.
Alright.
So, Sakura put the notes.
Okay.
That should be Togami as well.
Yep.
Yeah, who got the note?
Why does he always look so creepy?
I love how Togami is drawn in these comics. He
I know.
looks like a girl always, and I love that.
I'm sorry, and he also looks he always looks extremely devious. He's like,
He is.
oh,
Okay,
wait,
so
I skipped.
okay, so Toko went
in.
and
she-
she hid herself. She
I think this is her coming out, actually.
might be.
I think this... it's... Fucking... Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
If it's
I
not
think it
that,
makes-
it's the other one.
I think it makes sense because it shows the locker, so that probably makes sense. So
who
she's
knows?
in the locker.
This one shows the locker as well, but the way that she's looking out,
but you
it
can
makes
see,
it look
but
like...
you can see that it's a locker.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
one,
yeah, that's
you
true.
can see that it's a locker. So
Okay.
and Sakura
Sakura.
appears.
Yep.
Okay. Then Hiro comes
Hiro
in.
comes.
Sakura gives him the candy. He takes the candy. He's nervous. He
Bumps
up-
into
he
the...
bumps into
the bottles?
The bottles, and he attacks her.
Okay, wait. Is it this one? No, it's not. Because his is the other one.
Yeah, his was the knight. Yeah.
Is it? No, that's
No.
not what we want. Wait. Oh, there's more here.
There's the knight. There's the knight. Yeah.
Okay, and then he wrote
He
Toko's
wrote
name.
Name with blood. Yeah.
And then he ran like
he
that.
He ran away. Meanwhile, she saw everything. She got out of
Yep.
the locker.
She read
She
her
read
name.
the note.
She
She put
saw-
the magazine back.
She put the magazine back upside down.
Yep. Upside down.
There we go.
There we go. And then Sakura
Wakes up.
She woke up. Yeah.
Oh, Sakura
She
like
took-
held her.
I know she got scared. Sakura held her as she fainted, and Genocide woke up. Genocide
Genocide,
got the queen bottle.
Where's it? Is it this?
Yeah.
It's here.
She got the queen,
And we do this.
and she smashed Sakura's
She's on the
head
floor.
with it.
She picks up stuff and then she runs. This image is fantastic.
Then Sakura wakes up again after getting beaten with two of them.
I don't enjoy this image though because it said that her fingers didn't have blood.
I
So-
know there are a couple
Yeah.
of contradictions about this that
I
I've
know.
noticed, but so yeah, she wakes up. Wait,
Has to be this, right?
yeah, she gets the poison. Which one is the other one? The other one is the
It's Chem C4. Oh, I just spoke very close to the microphone. Chem C4.
okay, but this one still is full, so it's this one.
And also it has her bloody hands
Yeah,
that
it's
we're
true.
seeing here.
Oh, and that's Hina. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so she looks into the horizon. She looks into the light, and she drinks.
She's
it.
literally like, this is the only way to finish this.
Exactly.
And she drinks it.
She had the resolution to do that. And then that's when we found
Yep.
her body. So
We saw her open the door.
Makoto breaks the door open. They saw her dead. And the person we are incriminating now, which was Hina, she sees.
Just standing there.
She's standing there.
Oh,
Oops.
yeah, that's the
She's
only-
standing
okay.
there. She sees the. Okay, she bags the bottle of poison.
It would.
And
Wait,
then she,
but this is C4 and this was C9. Or is that
I don't
C9?
think it matters.
That's C9.
Okay.
It's still C9.
And
Okay.
so,
and then
she gets away, and when she brings back, yeah, that's it.
We'll see if the locker one's alright.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. The reactions are on point. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yay!
Got it. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Dun, dun, dun.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. She got the candy. Aww, that was adorable. She gives him the candy with such a menacing.
She's like, have some candy.
That's her. That's how she
Yeah.
acts. And when he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. Because he thought he had killed her.
Yeah.
But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Oh. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out.
Sha. Crash.
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chest piece. Chest piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Poor Sakura.
But even after those 2 blows, she still was alive. So then, what was Sakura's actually cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the cam lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's windows to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
Look
Genocide,
at
Jack, yeah, genocide.
Not Toko.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicions on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort? The drama.
I know, right?
Oh, I love the drama! Oh, yes! It was you, Hina.
Sad.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. Yep. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end. He has nothing to say. He's just like... Oh, we're gonna be... Oh.
It's okay.
Boom!
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Monokuma's tired. He's like...
Yes. This was boring, he says.
Ugh.
We know who the blackened was in this time.
Can't even kill anyone.
That's why he's so bored.
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
I mean, the person is already dead.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he's so...
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here.
He's so disappointed.
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened?
What do you think, idiot?
He can't reach that far.
He can't.
He
can't.
honestly
can't
cannot
understand.
because he doesn't have a grasp of like feelings and other
No,
people.
he
He
doesn't.
doesn't even like we were talking about yesterday. I think he doesn't even have like a grasp of his own feelings. I don't think.
It's true. He's
All
probably...
he has is like, how do you call it? Like
Cold
he
hard.
thinks he's better than everyone else. That's
Yeah.
it.
Maybe he has some, empathy disorder somewhere.
He might. He might.
Which is not a bad thing in itself, but the way he deals with it, he thinks he's better because of that.
Yeah, I think he probably was taught to ignore his emotions.
Well, he
Ignore
definitely was.
emotions.
Yeah.
I think it's like what you feel, what they feel does not matter. It matters that you get on top and you are better than everyone else,
Yeah.
and you deal with cold hard facts.
So basically, he's super top on logical intelligence, but
Absolutely.
but he doesn't have any emotional intelligence whatsoever because he never developed that.
Yep.
So he cannot grasp when a case like this actually needs you to have emotional intelligence to understand what was going on. He cannot understand why Hina did what she did without any benefit for herself whatsoever.
Yeah. Or anyone else.
So
Because he's like,
he doesn't understand despair at all, which is ironic.
Interesting.
Right? It's interesting.
he also doesn't understand hope.
No, at all. That
He
those
just
two
has
concepts for him.
facts
Yeah, it's
and
true. Yeah,
games.
it's true.
Ugh. If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest
Exactly.
of us.
That was the point.
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Yeah, we almost died there.
How about you shut the fuck up as well,
Yeah, he should.
please? It's because, Togami has no emotional intelligence, but you have neither of them. You don't have factual intelligence either.
That's a great fucking fact.
Oh, so dumb. Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why. I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
You don't mean you're gonna take us all with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
For serious?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's...
I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
suicide note.
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me. You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt.
Sakura.
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
朝比奈よ
Hina, please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
あいつらは
They're friends.
Ugh, she's so good. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet, you trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding.
I tried to kill her.
She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
朝比奈
You came.
Wait right here. I'll help you out.
朝比奈
Hina,
Huh?
我は
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
That's so sad. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
頼みがあるのだ
I have a favor to ask.
A favor?
プロテインを
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura! Let me in, please! Open the door! Why? Why? Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet, you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it.
Hina.
We all killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. She wanted to free her. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but, it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is, don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
どういうことだべ
What is that?
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Hina already.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
What? Then... You lied to
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
Filthy little.
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
それで
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know?
True.
You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Could you get on with it, please?
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
知っての通り、
As you know,
我は黒幕の内通者だ。
I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here. It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
黒幕は我が一族の道場を
The
人質に
mastermind
取
took
ることで
control of my family's dojo.
我に手先となるよう
I
命
become
じて
their
きたの
tool.
だ。
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
我の代で滅ぼすわけにはいか
I
ん。
couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch.
だから
So even if it meant
我
my
の
own
命
life,
に変えてでも
I had to protect
守
it.
らなければならぬ。そう思っていた。
That's how I saw things. However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
そして
And
黒
what the
幕が我
mastermind
に
wanted
命
for
じた
me
のは
was nothing less than
殺
murder.
人を犯せ。
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
だがそこで
However,
お主たちと
as
生
I
活を
lived here with
続
all
け
of
て
you,
いくうちに朝比奈と生活を
as I
続
lived
けて
here
いくうちに
with Hina,
我の決意は揺らいでいた。
my resolve began to weaken. Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
我を親友と言ってくれる人物を
I
裏
cannot
切れない。
betray those who would call me their friend. That's how I came to feel. So, that's why Sakura,
我は決めたのだ。
I've made a decision.
もう引かぬ。もう
I
こび
will
ぬ。
no longer retreat, no
もう
longer compromise, no longer regret.
我は決心
I've
した
made
のだ。
my decision.
お前と
I'm going to resist
戦
you.
うと。
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
だが
Of course,
皆が我を
I
恨むのも
understand
当
if you
然
will
だ。
hate me.
すべて
All
は
of this is because
我
of
の
my
弱さ
own
が招いた
weakness.
結果なのだから
perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
それが
So,
お主たちを裏
this
切
is
った
my
ことへの
atonement
罪
for
を滅ぼ
betraying
し
you. That's what I had
そう
in
思っ
mind.
ていた
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me just accepting your hatred.
事態は我の
My
力
own
だけでは
situation
収
was
まらな
starting
くなる
having an effect on more
そ
people
して
than
そ
just
れ
me.
こそが黒幕が我の
Which is
裏切
exactly
りを
what the
公表
mastermind
した
wanted
本
when
当
they
の
revealed
目
my
的だっ
betrayal.
たのだ
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
だが
Of
それ
course,
も全ては我の
I'm
責
still
任
responsible for that as well. I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do so as the mastermind has commanded.
Oh.
But I've decided
我が殺すのは
the one I'm going to kill is
我自身だ
myself. If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
お主たちには
If
そ
it
の
can
価値
save
がある
you, then sacrificing my own
我
life
の命を
could have
懸け
no
る意味
greater
がある
meaning.
お主たちがどう思おうと
Whatever you think of me,
我の大事
please
な
know
仲間
that
に
you
他
all
なら
are
な
my
いのだから
most
な
treasured friends. I've never had people like you in my life.
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us. She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
でも
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
朝比奈よ
Finally,
最後に謝らせてくれ
I want to apologize to you specifically. The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please,
Oh, sorry.
don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please, talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
我らは憎しみ合う敵同士などではなく
I never saw you as my
仲間
enemy.
同士なのだということをな
You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible.
朝比奈よ
Hina, whatever it
お主
takes,
は何としてでも
survive.
生き延びてくれ
Survive along with everyone else.
必ず
No matter what, just
生き延びるんだ
survive.
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean the next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Huh?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together. Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either.
He said something worth.
Wow,
Like,
yeah,
worth-
indeed.
Worthy?
Worthy?
Worthy, thank you. I was like, worth
Worthy?
What?
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy, it's you. Nobody else.
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go!
Oops.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Oh, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game, which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game. There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
Byakuya? Does this mean...
It really is character development for him in this.
It is.
This
He's getting
trial.
there. He's getting there.
I mean, he's still a dick, but you know.
He is a dick. But, he's getting the point of it.
Don't misunderstand.
Yeah.
I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Whatever master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire.
Everyone!
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
Oh, you don't talk about her like that, son.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? Edge is dead.
You're not gonna...
Is it me?
Oh, heavens, no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the Bear Times 1 rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So, for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time!
No!
You knew that.
I didn't remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So sad.
Fuck you, Monokuma.
Look at that hench Monokuma. He's like, whoa!
Yeah, and Alter Ego is looking...
Activate a destroyer. Poor alter ego.
It's like Chihiro died twice.
Yeah.
Like we say, puta que pariu. You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk!
Ooh, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
Peri peri chicken!
Get some Nando's. Get some cheeky Nando's. Nando's.
I realized how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow.
Cute.
You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over.
Someone stop him.
It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him.
Is this what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out, all sneaky. So, you finally noticed him. Finally? No, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start!
What?
You knew and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else, so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're like super mad, just unreasonably upset. Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
postscript?
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school.
What? A clue?
朝日奈よ
I've spoken with the mastermind, off and on the whole time I've been here. And so, I've learned one thing. Which is, the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisy! That was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit!
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
Fine, but at least Sakura's note.
Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. Sucks for you, loser! Wait, what's this?
What is it now?
There's one last line in the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it.
Huh. Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
あなたは
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
What?
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Body.
Body. Yeah, but it's
Body.
hard. It's a body.
Body.
It's a very hard
It's
word.
our
actually.
body.
The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off.
You can't even try, though.
And the bomb explodes?
Someone's been watching too many action movies.
Or 999. I've seen that stuff like in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Ooh.
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
けどよ
So, now what do we do?
なんだ
What else is there other than to head back up?
うん
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get out of here.
But I
Hina must still feel responsible.
dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat. I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. You almost did.
What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Shut up.
Oh, that hit a nerve.
Seriously. I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once. Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try.
That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
Kill me.
No. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
What romance? You are absolutely... Ugh. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleaze. That's right. I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you are. Sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
Oh.
Hey, stop fighting with Master! You're making me jealous! I want the abuse give and take me!
I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
Ding dong, bing bong, go to bed, bitches. Yeah. We know.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice.
Wake up. Wake up.
Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So, Kyoko's here. Wait, what? In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
I'm here to wake you up.
Oh, I see. Wait, but my door!
It wasn't locked. You're unbelievably careless.
It wasn't locked? Are you serious?
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised.
What time is it?
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course.
It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Okay. It's so late. What happened?
I love that she just said it's 3 a.m. and the top thing just says midnight.
Yeah.
Like where we are. Right there. It says midnight. She just said it's 3 a.m. Okay.
It's fine.
I have a favor I need to ask.
What's your favor?
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that.
Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered.
Here we go. The data center on the 4th floor.
What?
I'll meet you there.
Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. Okay, let's go. In the 4th floor? 4th floor, yeah. There you go. Data center, blah. Yeah, at the entrance.
Oh, it's
It's that big
here,
room in the
isn't it?
middle,
Yeah. Oh, we can't go.
Oh, we can
Okay.
go. We must go back. Okay, then let's go. Okay, fair enough, I guess. It's because
Sure.
the story demands it.
Yeah.
I made my way into the after-hour school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? Data center on the 4th floor.
Oh, what are you doing up, mister?
Huh?
Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited. Don't you know?
Oh, well, I just...
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. You look like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something?
No, nothing like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now? Why are you out here making a racket?
Kyoko?
Now you two? Whatever. The two? Wow. The two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial. Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto. Let's head back.
What?
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Okay, just go. Don't worry about it. Let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on, get out of here. Shoo! That was quite loud.
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
So, goodbye.
Hold on! Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that?
Don't worry about it.
I figured that would be the end of our conversation, like just like always, but...
Well then, good night.
Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Kusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
We did it.
This is the start of the end game.
It is.
Bloop.
No.
Oh.
Oh!
I love that they added
I
another
like
one.
that. I
Question
love
mark?
this. Yeah, I love
I had
this.
never seen that, like, that detail.
Oh, I don't remember it. You know, it's been a while. Alter lump. Oh!
I'd rather not, honestly.
Yes, let's save.
4 for gore.
Let's save. Okay. Okay, let's
We
stop
continue.
here. Let's stop here.
Yeah, do you want to stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
We shall stop here.
I'm going to save again.
Just in case.
Then leave. Alright. That was fun. Yes!
Yes,
Kyoko.
Queen! This was...
Fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Oh, yeah, we're reaching the end game. Whew! Gods. There.
Yep.
Yeah.
It be what it be.
Muksaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuroix.
The 16th student.
Who can that be? I wonder.
Hidden somewhere in the school.
The ultimate despair.
Watch out for her. Ugh, I love the fact it's repeated so many times in this chapter. It's so funny to me, like every time, because it's said exactly. It's just like you just see Kyoko just like Mukuro Ikusaba. Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, chill. We get it.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. We do.
Oh God.
But also,
I'm
not really.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this.
I know this is gonna be a
I'm excited.
fun one.
You know, the first time I played Danganronpa, I just arrived at case 4, so I've only played the next part once.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't exactly remember how everything plays out.
I think
So it's not.
I think I know how it plays out, but it's still, it's a doozy.
It is.
It's
It is. It is. Woo!
It's
I'm
gonna
excited.
be probably like at least 10 hours of our time.
Most likely, yes.
We might be able to still do it like
You think
Monday,
so?
Tuesday, Wednesday, but we might have to do like a longer session on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us again.
Yes.
We're having loads of fun with this. I mean, it's
I'm really
amazing.
enjoying it.
This game is awesome. I mean,
Also, I really want to go and play the Mono Mono machine again.
Mono Mono machine.
I just want. Give me the presents.
Just want the gacha.
I want the gacha.
gachapon.
I don't want the. I don't know what have you been calling them?
gotcha.
No, but the Monokuma. You were doing like a mix of words with those.
Monogacha?
Maybe.
Gacha. I don't remember.
Monogacha, I think.
The mono.
Maybe.
Mono gacha. I don't know.
Mono Mono machine.
The
All right.
Mono Mono machine.
It's
See you tomorrow, I
midnight.
guess.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you, for some reason, have never watched or played this game, this is the last chapter that we're going to
Not
get into.
Not yet.
It
Not
is.
yet.
It is the last chapter. It's just a very long one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's the last chapter.
I don't
It's
think
the
it's
last.
the last chapter. I think it's the beginning of the end game, basically.
Yeah.
But I think there are 2 more.
But there's only really one case, though.
Yeah, but
You know?
but
There's really only one dead body. There's gonna be a dead body. Just letting you know.
Spoiler alert.
In a killer game.
Oh my
No
goodness!
way.
Who would have thought?
I know, right? Insane. All right. That's it for me. My feet are cold.
Really?
Yes. I took my socks off, and my feet are cold now.
No.
Okay.
You must go to bed and warm them up.
No, I don't want to go bed yet.
Yes, you're going to
No, it's early.
Okay, that's enough. All right, guys. Cheers. Thanks for sticking around, and I guess this is the self-plug time. Subscribe, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm also
subscribe to her. She's awesome.
thanks.
her
I also
channel.
yes. I mean, as soon as we finish this, I'll go back to playing some more Among Us and Pokemon Red, and I'll probably play the School Life. What's it called?
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah.
The
Doki doki.
Dating
waku,
scene,
Waku
sim.
waku. Doki doki.
It's so
there's
it's
an
super
extra
fun.
mode in this game.
It's so addictive.
It's just because I want
It's
to
so
get to know the
addictive.
characters more, because all of the playthroughs I've seen, they don't really do that.
Okay.
So I want to do that
They're
because I want to get to
super
know the characters
addictive,
as well.
but they are also super repetitive. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
sure
yeah.
if it's worth a full playthrough, but at least highlights of of the dialogue.
I'll probably do it on
with the
stream
characters.
anyway, and
Okay.
just
I mean,
you stick
sure.
around if you want to. You
Why
can
not?
skip if you don't.
And
if
after
you're
this-
watching.
And
on
after
VOD.
this, we're going on to Danganronpa 2.
Yeah.
As well.
That'll probably only be in January, once I come back though.
Okay.
I mean, we could start before then,
You know, the
because I'm
weekends,
going home
because-
for Christmas.
Yeah.
We could start before then, or we could, put.
Wow!
That was major belly, like belly noises, tummy noises, not belly. That was weird. We could, you know, put Danganronpa on pause and I don't know, get you to play Among Us, even because you've never played.
Yes, I've
That would be
never
fun.
played it ever. I mean, I know what it is. Of course, I've watched, you know, I've watched things from the game, but I've never played it ever, and I think it would be fun.
I think it'd be
You know,
super
to
fun.
watch a total noob playing
And just me
Among
laughing,
Us.
which is basically what's
yeah.
going to happen in
It is.
V3.
Yes, that will happen as well. Oh man, I
Um,
want to be the imposter. Even
If
though
you
I
play
don't know
enough,
to play the
you'll,
imposter yet.
yeah, it's okay. That's the good thing. I'll be able to explain it to you, but then leave you to do your things, you know?
Fun.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much, nerds.
I also have, continuing the plug from before, I also have a YouTube channel where I'm re-uploading all of these.
Oh yeah.
There's probably going to be some more stuff posted on the YouTube channel that I'm not going to post here, so go subscribe, please. Thanks.
Subscribe, nerds. We appreciate that. Wink. And nerds, please have hope in your hearts.
And a little bit of despair. Just to make it fun. No.
Ultimate.
Alright.
Bye, guys. Choo choo.
See you later.